Harvard Law School has 15 Supreme Court justices among its alumni. According to one Cambridge professor, getting tenure here is the academic equivalent to being named pope. Now, one of the school's popes has announced he's leaving.
I will view removing myself from the payroll as a sacrificial financial fast. It is not intended to coerce my colleagues, but rather to honor my commitment to those responsible for my being here.
Professor Derrick Bell was the first black granted tenure at Harvard Law School back in 1969. Now he's taking a leave of absence until the school tenures its first black woman professor.
My courses are scheduled. Students have registered for them, and to be candid, I cannot afford a year more without my law school salary. But I cannot continue to urge students to take risks for what they believe if I do not practice my own precepts.
Some 500 students are backing up Bell, and they called on alumni to hit the school where it hurts by boycotting Harvard's current multi-million-dollar fundraising drive.
Dean Clark has this new campaign fund to build a new library to make this a better place. If he really wants to make this a better place, he'll have more diverse professors.
I think that Professor Bell has set an example for all of us. I've been here for 3 years. I have no role model. There is not one Latina professor here. There's not one Latino professor here. And for me, that's important.
You see that we are indeed in the midst of a movement. And movements take sacrifice.
By giving up his more than $100,000 a year salary, Bell has put Harvard on the spot. For the past year, students have staged sit-ins at the dean's office over the issue of minority hiring, an issue that's been festering in this ivory tower for nearly 20 years. There are 1,600 students here at Harvard Law School. Nearly a quarter are people of color and nearly 40% are women. Yet Harvard Law School's faculty contains only 5 tenured women professors and only 3 tenured black professors. All of them are male.
We, in fact, only hire a couple of people a year, and some years we hire none. And the reason has to do with the fact that even though we're a fairly large place, our positions are often permanent positions that may last 40 years, given the nature of tenure in a university. As a result, when we're going to hire someone for essentially a lifetime, these decisions are made carefully, cautiously, and gradually.
Louis Kaplow is Associate Dean for Harvard Law School. At a press conference following Bell's announcement, he suggested that Harvard is unlikely to make major changes in its tenure track process.
Is if in the last 8 or 10 years our hiring has been almost 50% and our offers have been fully 50% minorities and women, that shows very substantial effort. If one identifies any particular categories that we value very highly, there may be cases where we do not hire people even though we're searching hard. There are many areas in business law and international law, some where we have fully funded chairs that have been empty for 20 years, where we've been attempting to hire people.
Today, Bell doesn't know whether his act of conscience will improve the school's minority hiring record, but with his departure, Harvard Law School will have only 2 black tenured professors.
I must hope that student persistence will again prevail, both for those persons of color and other representatives of our student diversity who deserve to be here, and for one aging but still eager African American who very much wants to remain. Thank you very much.
For the 10 o'clock news, I'm Meg Valancourt.